Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
I am pumped for this one.
This one's going to be wild, and we're going to try to see if this could be argued in the internet courtroom or not.
Oh, yeah, I could definitely see it.
It is the story of how Diddy supposedly took over a whole state penitentiary.
Right out of an excerpt called Diddy's Big House Takeover.
I mean, what?
It really sets up like this clash of worlds.
Yeah.
You've got like the stereotypical gritty prison scene.
Yeah.
And then boom, in walks Diddy.
Clank, clank. The guards are doing their rounds.
Yeah.
And then suddenly this entourage rolls in with lawyers.
I know.
Assistants.
Carrying his sunglasses on a velvet pillow.
I mean,
it's just like,
how out of place can you be?
you're just like, what are you doing here?
But he just commands attention.
Right. Exactly.
Really?
What do you think the inmates thought?
I know.
Like you're in this, this dingy cafeteria.
Yeah.
And in walks this guy in a crisp white suit.
Like holding a glass of water like it's champagne.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
So the source says the first reaction was just like stunned silence.
Really?
Because they're not used to this kind of authority figure.
Of course not.
At all.
Those guys are used to like, get in line, do this, do that.
Absolutely.
And then he walks in, he's like, yo, yo, yo.
Yeah, like who's got the best prison wine here? Which already sounds like it's a joke.
It does.
But then he starts handing out roles like he's casting a movie.
I love that.
Like, Big Mike,
Yeah.
head of snacks, you're in charge.
Keep the Cheetos coming.
Keep them coming.
And sure you're fresh.
Lil Tyrone.
Yes.
You're the DJ of the penitentiary.
Yeah, all right.
You're in charge of the soundtrack to this whole thing.
That's a good gig.
I know.
And Jamal, right? What was his role?
Jamal was head of smooth operations.
That's a good one.
Making sure the Wi-Fi is good.
Got it.
So Diddy can keep up with his socials.
Right.
So it's like he's turning the prison into this personal kingdom, but the hierarchy is based on like snack preference and musical taste.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hilarious.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I also hear that he started making some real changes.
This is where it gets good.
Like real changes.
Like upgrading the whole prison experience.
Prison makeover.
It's like he looked at the place and was like,
yeah,
this needs a complete makeover.
Let's turn this place into something luxurious.
Yeah.
Okay, forget the orange jumpsuits.
Right.
We're bringing in personalized tracksuits for everybody.
Absolutely.
No more mystery meat.
No more.
We're getting gourmet meals.
From top chefs.
Top chefs.
Even the prison walls get a fresh coat of paint.
Oh my gosh.
But not just any color.
Diddy approved hues.
Diddy approved.
So like we're talking.
Think like pastel blues.
Uh-huh.
Gold and yellows.
Okay.
Electric purples.
I'm imagining the paint swatches coming in.
I know.
Diddy's like, no, too subtle. I need more pizzazz.
I can totally see it.
Like, what were the guards even thinking?
I know.
Like, this whole way of doing things their entire careers.
Yep.
And Diddy's like, no, we're changing everything.
Flipping the script.
And it's not just about making it look nice, right?
Right.
Like, I'm hearing the inmates' behavior actually started to improve.
That's a really good point.
Fewer conflicts.
Respectful interactions.
Yeah.
More self-improvement.
That's like, whoa.
Really makes you think, could a change in environment actually lead to a change in behavior?
Absolutely.
Like a nicer space.
Makes a difference.
Makes that much of a difference.
Yeah.
It really challenges our assumptions about what prison is all about.
Right, exactly.
Like, is it just punishment?
Or is it supposed to rehabilitate people?
Yeah.
It's like he's holding a mirror up to the system
totally.
and saying, is this really the best we can do?
And what about the warden?
Oh, the warden.
Yeah, like what was going through his mind?
Diddy throws this epic fruit punch pool party.
I love this part.
The guards are just like,
bewildered.
what's going on?
I'm picturing the warden sipping on his fruit punch.
Yeah.
While Diddy's like negotiating better conditions for everyone.
And getting his jacket tailored.
I know.
I love it.
It's crazy.
But with Diddy's influence growing, the inmates started speculating, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, what's his real goal here?
Yeah, the source talks about all these rumors swirling around.
He's going to break out of here.
Yeah, is there a grand escape plan?
Is he going to take over the whole prison system?
Who knows? It's a mystery.
It is. It's a mystery.
Like, was he actually trying to make things better?
Yeah.
Or was this some kind of elaborate scheme?
Like, what was the real agenda here?
What stood out to you so far?
I think what stands out to me is just how he's challenging our expectations.
Yeah.
You know? Like, prison is this rigid system. And he comes in and just flips the script.
Yeah.
It's not as black and white as we think, I think.
It really makes you think about justice.
Yeah.
And rehabilitation.
Exactly.
In a totally different way.
So this is just the beginning of the story, right?
Yeah, we're just getting started.
Diddy's trial day is coming up.
Yeah.
Knowing Diddy, it's going to be an event you do not want to miss.
Stay tuned, everybody. So he turned the prison into like a place where people actually want to eat the food.
Yeah.
And maybe enjoy their surroundings.
True.
But what I think is really fascinating is how his arrival kind of like disrupts the power dynamics.
Totally. Yeah. It wasn't like he blended in or anything. He like created his own Diddy version of prison.
Exactly.
Did you see Big Mike with his personal stash of snacks?
Must be nice.
I want to be head of snacks.
Right. And it makes you think about like the inequalities of the system.
Yeah.
Like if Diddy can create this like comfortable, humane environment for himself, why isn't that the standard for everyone?
It's a great question.
It really is.
Do you think the changes he made were genuine? Yeah.
To help the inmates? Or was it all just part of some larger performance?
Well, that's the million-dollar question.
It is.
Right. Like the source doesn't really say what his motives were. So it's kind of open to interpretation.
Yeah. Was he genuinely trying to make an impact?
Right.
Was it a publicity stunt?
Maybe a bit of both.
Maybe a little bit of both, yeah.
Oh, no.
It reminds me of those stories of celebrities doing charity work. Is it out of the goodness of their heart? Or is it for show?
Totally.
But he actually changed the environment for the better.
Yeah. And it wasn't all just like superficial changes either.
Right.
Like, remember he made like a state-of-the-art wellness center?
Right.
Making sure everybody had access to fitness equipment, self-care resources.
Yeah, it was more than just keeping them entertained.
Yeah.
He wanted them to like address their mental and physical health.
Right. Like he seemed to understand that real rehabilitation has to involve like the whole person.
Okay, but remember those rumors
about
Diddy planning this grand escape or taking over the whole prison system? Adds a whole other layer to the story. Were his good deeds just to gain favor?
Yeah.
Maybe recruit them for his escape plan?
Or his takeover scheme.
What do you think?
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
The source kind of hints at this tension between his actions and his intentions.
Yeah.
Like on the surface, he's like this benevolent benefactor.
Giving gifts,
But maybe underneath, there's a more calculated agenda.
So the whole prison takeover was a long con.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Okay.
I think it's more nuanced than that.
Okay.
Maybe he started with one goal, but like as he got more immersed in the environment, his intentions shifted. Maybe he started to really care about them, even while he was still plotting his escape.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a puzzle.
It is.
Like on one hand, we have this charismatic figure who charms his way into power.
Bends the rules.
Yeah. But on the other hand, there's a hint of empathy.
Right.
Like he sees that the system is flawed.
Yeah. And needs to change.
I don't know.
It's fascinating.
So we got this mystery, right?
Yeah.
He made the prison more livable. Rumors are flying around.
Yeah.
We're questioning his intentions.
Totally.
And then the day of his trial arrives.
Oh, yeah.
Diddy does not disappoint.
Of course not.
The courtroom's packed.
Everyone's waiting.
Waiting for the verdict.
Yeah.
And then Diddy walks in.
What's he wearing?
A white fur coat and sunglasses?
Come on.
Like he's heading to a movie premiere.
Like it's the red carpet?
It's classic Diddy.
It's classic Diddy.
He turns the most serious situations into a spectacle.
Totally.
And it works.
It does.
The judge is captivated and predicts this will be the most entertaining trial he's ever presided over.
So what do you think?
You think he charmed his way out of prison?
I don't know.
I mean, he does say
that
his next party is going to be a block party at the White House.
Oh my gosh.
And then walks free.
Wow, what an ending.
Right. You're left wondering, did he really just charm his way out?
Yeah.
What's his next move?
Like, is he serious about the White House?
I don't know. Did he? Who knows?
Right.
It really makes you think about the power of celebrity.
Yeah, how it influences everything.
Yeah. Would an ordinary person be able to pull that off?
That's a really good question.
Or is there a different set of rules for the wealthy and famous?
It makes you think about the biases.
Right.
The inequalities.
In the justice system.
Absolutely.
What about the implications for prison reform?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
If Diddy's makeover
Yeah.
could actually improve inmate behavior,
Yeah.
does that mean a more humane environment? Could play a role in rehabilitation?
That's a fascinating question.
It is. The story leaves us with a lot to ponder.
A lot to ponder.
Well, let's try to unpack some of these questions.
Yeah.
As we head into the final part of our deep dive.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, so we've covered this crazy story.
I know, it's wild.
Diddy takes over a prison, shakes things up, makes it his own.
Yeah.
Creates like a Diddy world in there, and then walks free.
Just walks out. What does it all mean?
It's a story that works on so many levels.
It does.
It's like pure entertainment on the surface.
Right.
It's funny, over the top, pokes fun at celebrity culture and what we think prison's supposed to be.
But there's a deeper layer too.
Totally.
It makes you think about power, inequality in the justice system.
And change in the most unlikely places.
Exactly.
It's really challenging to look at our own assumptions.
About who's incarcerated.
Yeah.
And do our systems work? Do they actually do what they're supposed to do?
I keep coming back to that question.
Yeah.
Could Diddy actually improve the prison system?
Interesting question.
I know his methods were unconventional.
They were a little out there.
But he made positive changes.
He did.
Better conditions. Focus on wellness.
A more positive environment.
It's almost like he accidentally stumbled on a different approach.
To rehabilitation.
Focusing on dignity and growth.
Yeah, even in a system meant to punish.
And what's interesting is that the source doesn't say if his motives were good or bad.
Right. Were they pure?
Was it self-serving?
We don't know.
It's up to us to think about.
It's like a mystery.
It makes you think about human motivation.
Absolutely.
Could his actions have unintended good consequences?
That's a really good point.
It makes me think about storytelling, too.
Oh, how so?
Even if this story's been exaggerated, it sparks conversation.
Yeah.
Makes us question things.
Things we take for granted.
It reminds us that change can come from anywhere.
Yeah.
Even in rigid systems.
Like prison.
There's potential for transformation.
I love that.
So big takeaway from Diddy's prison takeover.
What do you think?
Never underestimate the power of perspective. Diddy saw a bad situation as an opportunity.
Interesting.
He challenged everything, disrupted the system, and made us think differently about change.
Even in a place like prison.
Exactly.
Well said. And for our listeners out there,
yes.
Next time you hear a story that seems too wild to be true, remember Diddy's prison takeover?
Don't dismiss it.
Dig deeper, question the motives.
Yeah.
Explore those complexities.
You might be surprised what you find.
That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
Until next time.